Hello and welcome to Rise of the Data Cloud. Today's episode features an interview with Minna Karha, Head of Data at Finnair. Minna came to Finnair 2.5 years ago as the first person in that role. The company considers data expertise to be essential for its ongoing digital transformation. She built a team and developed a long-term data strategy through 2025. A key element of that strategy is moving much of Finnair's data to the cloud so it can be more easily integrated. Right now, Finnair is beginning to share data via the cloud with business partners, including other carriers, something it rarely did before. So please enjoy this conversation between Minna Karha, Head of Data at Finnair, and your host, Steve Ham.
Minna, you came to Finnair 2.5 years ago as the company's first head of data. Why did the company create that position, and what are your responsibilities?
Well, at that time, Finnair had significant investments on building the organization to drive the digital transformation. A couple of years back, they had already hired a new chief digital officer, and they have already achieved great results with using data for customer 360 profiling, for example. And they had identified that data really is the critical part of successful digitalization journey. They wanted to bring this role to the company to build and drive the strategy for the whole company and have a really holistic approach across the domains.
Now, how did you assemble your team? This is a brand new team with new roles and responsibilities.
Well, obviously, when I first started to go through the organization. I sat down with several colleagues and really spent the first months on learning their work and what they are doing and what type of skills already exist within the company. I decided to form a central team that can complement the skills that are lacking from the organization and kind of build a team that can easily help different teams with various needs that they have and adjust to every situation. So I identified that we needed certain skills to be recruited to the team. And then I also gathered some of the existing experts from the already existing organization to form this team.
Now, you created some new roles, and I'm interested. One was data asset product owner. Mm-hmm. What exactly do they do?
So data asset product owner, the purpose of the role was to really show that data should be treated as an asset, as any business asset. And we also wanted to break the organizational silos, and therefore we defined 5 data assets that are critical for the company to run the everyday business, but those assets are not same as the organizational unit. So for example, customer data is one of those assets, employee data is one, and products and services is one data asset. And for each of these data assets, we nominated an owner who is responsible of all the developments related to that data asset. So making sure that we are able to release the full potential for business value from customer data, for example. The data asset owner owns the backlog, like any product owner, the development backlog, and they also build and implement tools to identify and measure business value created from that data and work together with all the different units that use the customer data, for example.
That's a technology person, really. That's their basic skill.
It's between technology and business in a sense that the key is always the business value. And obviously the data asset owner needs to also understand the technical challenges, possible restrictions, and also opportunities. But there is obviously a bigger team to support them in the technology. So I would say it's maybe even more on the business side than the technology.
So you mentioned before that the company established a chief digital officer. That's Tommy Pienamaki. How do you work with him?
Tommy came to the company last year, and he took over from his predecessor Katri Harra-Salonen, who had been already building the digital organization. In general, Tommy is responsible of the business services, so the IT systems supporting the business. He's also responsible of the digital services development, where we have quite a big team developing our digital touch points, and then he's responsible of overall infrastructure and project management, and then also data. And how we work together, when Tommy started, he basically told me that the way that I had been working before, so working closely with different units and building these programs and roadmaps together has been very successful, and he said that you just need to continue with your path. And he has done some changes in the organization after he joined, but basically the data team and the programs that we have been running have continued still as is.
Now, I know that in addition to kind of forming the team and getting the programs going, that one of your initial responsibilities was to create a data strategy for the period all the way through 2025. So how did you go about developing the strategy? And did those programs come out of that, or were they existing?
So when I started, there had been a study already made by a consultant for the data area. So there was as-is analysis and some recommendations. And I started obviously from that study. And I formulated then the first version of the vision and mission and strategy based on the study. And then we had several workshops with various stakeholders, colleagues from all over the organization, and basically just kind of brainstormed around the vision and mission and strategy and build a really joint version of that. So commercial and customer experience, operations, IT, privacy, and HR were all involved in that work. And then when the final version was ready, we first presented it to our digital leadership team, and then later also to our executive board. And after that, we started one big program that started to build the first phase of the roadmap, which is focusing on the data availability.
So that's kind of the major components. I know it's probably a big strategy with a lot of elements, but what are the key 2 or 3 most important components that you're really acting on?
So basically our vision is that by 2025, our data savviness will make us, so the whole organization, the most efficient, reliable, and personal travel company. So it's clearly linked to our organization strategy as well. And it also says that our data culture allows us to actively release the full potential of our data assets value. And to get there by 2025, we built a phased roadmap where the first 3 years had a clear theme. And then the idea was that when we move forward, we learn what is easy for us and what is maybe a bit more challenging for us. And then we can plan the themes for the next years based on the learnings. So having a bit agile approach there. And the first year's theme was to really build the fundamentals for making the data available, so that there is a shared and accessible environment for all the teams to use the data in the secure way and share the outcomes easily with other teams. So breaking the silos between the units and teams and really having one environment to work together. And that's what we have been building now. And now for this year, the theme is the data asset value and governance. So putting more focus on ensuring the quality and also building the visibility to the understanding the content of the data. So building the data catalog further.
Okay. Now, I understand that part of the strategy is moving a lot of your data and a lot of the data analytics activities to the cloud. Mm-hmm. When and why did you make that move, and how essential is that to your overall strategy?
Yeah, already Before I started at Finnair, they had made this proof of concept by building a first initial version of the customer 360 profile to cloud using the AWS cloud and bringing data from 3 key sources and combining them into one model. And they had also built some recommendations and prediction models on top of that data, and that had shown that it really creates value and is a good approach. So we had confidence through this proof of concept already in place. But then we decided to really build the new platform, not on top of what was already built, but really start looking at the technology stack and the way we build it based on the lessons learned and based on the experience by the newly hired team as well.
Now, at some point, you brought in the Snowflake Platform, correct? Mm-hmm. How were you using that?
So our data platform consists of several layers. We have the ingestion pipeline, so getting the data in. Then we have the data lake, where the data is basically in a non-processed format. And then we have the more traditional data warehousing, where the data is modeled and business logic is added to that. And Snowflake, in our case, is the data warehouse part of our data platform. It is obviously very heavily used because the company used to have only data warehouse, so most of the users are still more familiar with the modeled data than really using the data lake type of solution.
So I'd like to just dig in a little bit on in using the data warehouse. Is there a project that you've run that has really delivered some interesting results?
Well, we started in 2019 our data platform development program, which quite fast expanded, so that we actually just before the COVID-19 situation, we were running in 4 different streams. So we had like 4 projects or agile teams working each on their own backlogs and building the common platform. We have been able to bring in a lot of critical data already. There are very successful cases. We have been, for example, being able to build the model that combines our key data sources actually together, and the analysts can actually analyze the data much better. Now we can, for example, it might sound a bit strange coming from outside the industry, but it's actually a industry kind of general problem that it's not always easy to combine, for example, bookings and the actual tickets and really understand the customer's journey from end to end. So we have been able to combine some of the key data sources already and build a consistent model. And what comes to the data volumes, we have been able to bring in bigger volumes of our data for predictions that our previous data warehouse was not able to digest.
Well, you talked about the end-to-end journey of the customer. With that knowledge and that capability, what adjustments has the business made?
Well, we obviously do recommendations and some predictions as well on what would be the kind of the next best actions for customers from commercial point of view. We also, from customer experience point of view, we are able to analyze the customer feedback and link that to the flights and also to the cabin crews. Then from the operations side, we have been able to have been able to predict flight delays based on the weather and runway capacity at Helsinki Airport, which is our home hub, and then connect that information to the connecting flights from the customer's perspective and also from the aircraft and cabin crew perspective. So to understand not only individual flights, delay, probability, and act on that, but also to understand the whole chain.
That's really interesting. So you were able to do that real time So maybe if the plane's going to be late, you can start booking people on other flights if they're going to miss their connections and things like that.
That's exactly the
Yeah.
aim, that we can start the actions as early as possible and mitigate the actual problems that it might cause later on.
Mm-hmm. Now, part of your overall data strategy is an artificial intelligence strategy.
Mm-hmm.
What technologies are you using and how are you using those?
Well, we are still in the phase that we have several teams within the organization who are building the models, and each team is using their own technology. So we use R or Python or these kind of languages. And now we are actually at the moment we are working on building that consistent shared data science process tools for the whole company to work with, because that also then allows us to share easily the algorithms and the outputs across teams.